I hit all or nothing because my illness was such that I had to go the whole way. Do you know what I mean? But if you're caught in a life where actually life is going along in this way, and you see that actually what I'm suggesting is too extreme to do it, you won't do it. So the best way, is the compromised way or the halfway. It's like, I'm not talking about extremism. You just start introducing elements into your already whatever you're eating. But you do make a commitment to introduce something new, not new, but something alkaline per day into your diet, for instance. I've talked to you about that before. One juice a day, one green juice a day, it doesn't matter at what point in the day it is, but one juice a day is going to start stimulating the body to do something. It's going to start enlivening the cells of the body. You won't go into as quick a detox as if you just cut out all food together and you went onto high fruit. That would have an impact, but you'd have to create some space in order to do that. Like, you'd have to drop your life for a while, which is very possible. But if you can't, and you're not prepared to do that, and you don't want it, and you don't have to because you're not ill, then you can do the gradual route, which is just to have a salad a day. You can make a commitment to trying to have a salad a day, a juice a day. Introduce some superfoods. Start using chlorella, which is a great algae, which is going to start the process of detoxification. Have wheatgrass. Make a wheatgrass juice for yourself every day. There are so many health products out there, and by products I just mean organic green fruits or foods, that you can just eat one of those a day. Have more fruit. That's going to have an impact. And I mean, it's like slowly you're shifting balance. And that's going to work. That's going to do something, because actually, start noticing at some point that those tastes, your body is going to enjoy those tastes as much as, and sometimes more than, it just wants those craving foods that actually don't really have any deeper sustenance. They have an immediate effect, but they don't do anything long term. So you can approach it from a number of different angles. I mean, for some people, they've had enough of their lives. I've had enough. I've heard that so many times. I've just had enough of having no energy, of feeling toxic, of always feeling tired, of getting irritable, of having headaches, of feeling depressed, and I need to do something about it. What can I do about it? Well, then you can do that. And you can start in that way. You can start with the juices. And then, yes, you can have a salad, or you can eat some cooked food at night. But the cooked food that you eat, try and veer that away from the highly acidic to the steamed, to have rice and steamed instead of, meat and 2 veg. So you're kind of just getting more intelligent about the whole thing. Because at some point in your life, you might have to care. You might have to. And you might have to, Mark.
You have to take responsibility.
You might have to. See, the problem is, we don't take responsibility until it's too late.
Exactly.
The most common problem is not that people leave it until it's reached that point and then make the changes. The most common problem is people reach that point and then they don't make the changes because it's too late. Because they've ground the ruts and habits of their lives to such a point where they just give up. And they're giving up their ability to take responsibility because it's too late. I saw it in my father. My father reached a point where the cancers in his body he felt that he could no longer do anything about it. I talked to him about juices. I talked to him about going green and stuff like that. There was absolutely no way on earth. I'd much rather have my sausages. That's what it was like, and that's fair enough, but it's like people don't actually change when the chips are down. They stay the same. So, there's no guarantee that you're ever going to change. When do you intervene in the line that goes like this? That's what I mean about when you can be blessed by illness. I was blessed because it came at a time when I was like, it demanded change of me. Otherwise I was going to be an old man at 43. So, that it demanded the change. But if that had have happened when I was 65 and I was like really tired and beaten, would I have made the changes? Probably not.
Less likely.
Less likely. So, in answer to your question, now, not all or nothing. That's an excuse. We use excuses to say, oh, it's too much for me. I've got too many things to do. And it's like, I can't afford the time to detoxify, so I'm not going to do anything. That's not it either, is it? That's an avoiding response. It's like just to introduce things, man. I mean, you've introduced things anyway. If you do coffees, they're an introduction. You know, if you do a going out once a day to get something to eat, or a sandwich or something, that's an introduction. Beer is an introduction. So introduce something else. Just introduce something. There is a path for everybody, because some people are the kind of hard-end warriors who've actually are so battered by life and feeling so ill that actually they're called to do the detoxification and to what's called wear the robe, to actually go the whole distance. And they're hard-end, you know, and they're warriors. They are warriors, and it can take over life. The results are spectacular a lot of the time. You know, but it's not everybody's way. And the other way is to actually, yes, introduction. And I mean, it's a recognised thing. You start introducing. But introducing means you have to take responsibility for your habits of introduction and continuing them. Not just introducing them and saying, well, they're not working. Well, they're not going to work if you just introduce. They're going to take a long time to work. You know, so you have to take responsibility for the continual, habitual nature of it. Our habits, our illnesses are created by habits over days and weeks and months and years. So if you want wellness, we have to start introducing habits in days, in weeks, in months, in years. I've noticed that I've been frustrated most of the time with recovering from illness, because I thought I should be well by now, you know, and it's only 8-10 years later that I've actually reintroduced or introduced new habits, and I start to see the results of those habits simply because I stop looking for results and I do them over and over and over and over again without looking for the results of them. And way down the line I suddenly think, wow, I'm really healthy. I forgot to look for the result. I just did what I did. About creating new habits. One alkaline habit is going to really, really be of value, because it is going to balance out some of these acidic habits that we've got. So, you know, that's the answer to that question. Slowly, slowly catching the monkey. Isn't it?